Talking about the major events in the previous year of Cartoon Network has kind of become an annual tradition for me. I made a recap of Cartoon Network during 2012 back in 2013, made a recap of Cartoon Network during 2013 and 2014, and unfortunately I never got around to talking about 2014 during 2015. But you know what they say, better late than never. So today I'll be talking about Cartoon Network during the year of 2014. To start off, a new Powerpuff Girls special called Dance Pants aired on January 20th, 2014. This new special featured a new CGI animation style that blended 2D and 3D elements. The original voice cast reprised their roles, and Ringo Starr of Beatles fame guest starred as a new character named Fibonacci Sequence. The special must have done good in terms of ratings because in June, Cartoon Network announced that the Powerpuff Girls would be getting a reboot. Obviously, a lot more information is out about it now, but that's for my recap of 2015. In February, a series of shorts premiered on Cartoon Network called Mixels. This series is produced in conjunction with LEGO, and it's about creatures called Mixels that can transform and combine with each other. This series of shorts aired between commercial breaks, and unlike most other LEGO animated shows, this was animated in 2D. Also in February was the 2014 Hall of Game Awards. It was hosted by NFL players Colin Kaepernick and Cam Newton. There wasn't a Hall of Game Awards in 2015, so it's likely that this was the last one, which of course is a good thing in my opinion, and it seems like this trend left with the president of Cartoon Network at the time. In March, Stuart Snyder announced his resignation from Cartoon Network and Turner Broadcasting. Snyder took over in 2007 after the resignation of Jim Samples, and the general consensus is that Snyder was the worst president that Cartoon Network has ever had. During his reign as the president and general manager of Cartoon Network, he introduced a lot of unsuccessful live-action shows, made horrible schedule changes, unnecessarily discontinued and canceled a lot of shows and programs, and almost entirely got rid of action cartoons on the network. Many of the negative changes that Stuart Snyder made continue to negatively affect the network, but luckily, there hasn't been any major live-action content on Cartoon Network since his resignation. On March 17th, 2014, the High Fructose Adventures of Annoying Orange ended. In my opinion, a show like that didn't belong on Cartoon Network in the first place. On March 31st, the 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot was given to Adult Swim, which is 7 to 8 in Central Time. In recent years, the hour was primarily used during the week to premiere new episodes. The time slot now typically airs reruns of King of the Hill, but I've always preferred that Adult Swim shouldn't start until 10 o'clock. In April, a new original animated series premiered called Clarence. Clarence is about a naive yet spirited 8-year-old boy named Clarence and his adventures with his friends Sumo and Jeff. The show was created by Skylar Page, who also voiced Clarence, but in July 2014 it was announced that he was fired from Cartoon Network upon allegations of sexual harassment. However, the show has continued on without him, and writer Spencer Rothbell replaced Skylar Page as the voice of Clarence. In July, it was officially announced that Christina Miller would be the new president and general manager of Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, and Boomerang. She was known for her previous work at Turner Sports and Cartoon Network Enterprises, working on merchandising and home video releases. On October 21st, Cartoon Network and Boomerang were taken off of the Dish Network after Turner declined to renew their contract. Luckily, they were restored a month later, but having no Cartoon Network for a month really disappointed a lot of people. Thankfully, I have Time Warner Cable, but I'm not sure if I should be proud of that. From November 3rd to November 7th, a miniseries called Over the Garden Wall aired on Cartoon Network. It was about two brothers named Greg and Wirt who were on a journey to find their way home out of a strange forest. Over the Garden Wall received critical acclaim for its art style and storytelling and actually won 2 Emmys in 2015. And lastly, on November 14th, 2014, Ben 10 Omniverse concluded. It began in August 2012 and this was the 4th iteration of Ben 10. Many people thought this would be the last time they saw Ben 10, but they were wrong. But overall, 2014 wasn't necessarily a bad year for Cartoon Network, it was kinda meh for me. It was nice to see that new Powerpuff Girls special, and that Stuart Snyder finally left, but there's nothing major that was either really good or really bad that stuck out to me. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like below and comment your thoughts on Cartoon Network during the year 2014. Also stay tuned for my recap of Cartoon Network during 2015 sometime this year. As always, I'm MonstersReview, thanks for watching and have a spectacular day.